Hi everyone, Ilya here, doing a magic process map for one of our recent clients. So I wanted to tell you 3 stories about different interesting issues that we've met while implementing change in the customer environment. So the first story I wanted to tell you about the customer that didn't want to change the way they worked with our client in regards to using forms instead of emails. And how we deal with that? Well, the solution was very simple. We didn't change how customer wanted to work with us because the customers and you might move on a different velocity, and that is okay. We don't change customers' velocity. The only thing that we asked is that they send an email to a general mailbox, not personally to people, but general mailbox. And that was enough for us because we knew that this customer, we knew how to extract the email and etc. So it was a new trigger called new email. And it allowed us to solve one issue in receiving the communications. Again, you don't change how customer works at the same pace as you change. You adjust. The adjustment was that use a little bit different email, and that was fine. So the second issue was with the secretary that didn't want to use all the fancy new tools. By the way, that was one of the most important team members, this assistant, and but for some reason some people just reject the change. That is still okay. So what we did is he was doing, he was recording all the calls and everything, every communication with the customer into his own Excel. So what we did, we introduced a small change in his process. Instead of using an Excel on his computer, we would start using Excel that is online. So it allowed us to receive a trigger. So line edit to online Excel, and we could detect this trigger and we could call it a new event. So new item, and this allowed us to control another information flow, and by the way, and the same customer, that nothing went past our system to process the requests. Again, the pace of your change might not be the same as customers. The pace of your change might not be the same as some important team members. What's important is that you find the small change that still allows you to receive the trigger. Some people need more time to adjust. That is okay as long as we find compromises. And the last story is about an expert who didn't want to share expertise. And that is a tricky one. It's still in process how we solve this problem, and that's a very tricky problem, very difficult problem. However, what we've agreed upon that whenever he does something, he takes a photo or a video. Okay, that was enough. So an event in this case was new video or photo for each operation. That for each operation, that was also very relevant for him because he could track his history of work, and himself he can go back and see what was done. So, but still, because of that, we received that video, we could analyze that, and that built a kind of, not a super efficient experience system, and it built at least some kind of experience system, which later on we expanded to him commenting the videos. Okay, so that's very important. So again, another event was solved, generating a trigger. So here are the 3 stories how we dealt with very simple issues, but the key important part of all those 3 stories is that you have to input into risk assessment of any project or process implementation the resistance to change from people. That is okay. You should expect that. And if you think about that, it's quite easy to solve it. You just need to find the compromise that generates a trigger for you. And if you follow the magic process map and our events and triggers theory, then you won't run into trouble, because it's still you can control those events and process them. I hope this was helpful. Download Magic Process Map, it's free. Use it together with your team, use it together with everyone, and feel free to contact us if you have any issues or questions. Thanks a lot. See you.